You're watching this because you want the dream physique. You want the cap delts, you want the abs, you want the confidence to be able to go to the pool and go to the beach without your shirt on and have full confidence in the physique that you are living in. There is so much information out there, and you are both unsure and unconfident in whether or not what you're doing right now to get to that goal is actually going to get you there. That is exactly how Josh felt coming into Beyond Build. And in our first 6 months working together, about 22 pounds, eating 800 more calories than where we started. Josh is just a normal dude, is a machinist from Canada. And like I alluded to at the very start, and I vividly remember talking to him about this on our first call, just expressed to me that he's following all these people on social media. He's looking at all these different YouTube channels and YouTube videos. And there was just so much information out there, which there is. And he was trying everything and he just like did not know who to listen to or what was actually going to get him where he wanted to be, which means he was lacking confidence in both his structure and in his framework for both his training and nutrition. And I have found that one of the biggest struggles that people have in this whole health and fitness journey is they lack the confidence in their approach to what they're doing. They lack the confidence that what they're actually spending so much time on is going to get them to that goal. And if you lack confidence in what you are doing, what is the likelihood that you're going to stay consistent with that for a long period of time? Not very high. And I would say another big issue is that most people lack the understanding of what I call the big rocks. Everyone gets so hyper focused and hyper fixated on the little details when the reality is there are no shortcuts to this. There are no shortcuts to the goal that you have. In order for you to get to the desired outcome, you need to become great at the foundational habits, execute them at a high level for a long period of time. So with Josh specifically, here's what we saw. Josh had not tracked his food long enough to gain an understanding of both where he currently was and where he needed to go. Number two, Josh had not been on truly structured training. Or, and this is important, learned how to train hard enough to elicit the adaptation, the change in his physique. So just joining Beyond Built, working with myself one-on-one and getting the structure and guidance with both his training and his nutrition frameworks, along with having the ability to get his questions answered from one reliable source rather than looking all over the internet for it, that in itself made all the difference for him. And it was not a typo when I said that he lost in the first 6 months 22 pounds while eating 800 more calories. Most people have no idea that something like that is even possible. But when Josh finally learned how to track his food and consistently hit his protocols, when Josh learned how to train hard as fuck and within proximity to failure, I started to notice that his body weight was dropping. Started to notice that his hunger was going up. And I started to see that his physique started to tighten up. This is how I knew that things were really clicking. So let's dive a little bit into the specifics of his transformation. So this is Josh when he first joined the program. Showing you the receipts, this is his very first progress photos right here. Back photo, side photo, front photo. Fast forward to the end of that 6 months where he lost 22 pounds and is eating 800 more calories. Look at the difference. There's the cap delts we were talking about at the start, right? Look at the difference in the amount of muscle tissue that he has and the amount of definition. We have the front photo here. Look at the side. Look at the cap delts. Look at the triceps popping out. The horseshoes right there. Look how much width he has in his arms compared to when he first started. And again, the back definition. This is what happens when you learn to train hard. You get on structured training. you fuel and feed your body with enough protein and calories, and you're consistent with doing that for a long period of time. Now, I know that this wasn't necessarily a long time, right? It was about 6 to 7 months, and I'll show you the receipts in terms of the food because I know you want to see that. What happens when you have someone who has little to no structure and you put them on something that is structured with a progression, with intensity day after day, with deloads built in as well, and you fuel your body properly. Your physique transforms when you are confident in and executing on the framework and the structures that are proven to get you there. Okay, now within that same time frame, I'm going to show you the receipts in regards to us actually losing 22 pounds and going up 800 calories, right? So he started out at 203 pounds, and the first protocol that I gave him was 1,800 calories. Okay, remember that, 203 pounds, 1,800 calories. So we fast forwarded to June, right? He's 185 pounds, that's 22 pounds down from 203, and he's eating 2,800 calories. This was when actually we transitioned him. I'd say we were more so at 2,600 calories by then. So from 1,800 calories to 2,600 calories, from 203 pounds to 185 pounds. There's your proof. So I really want you to hear this. Our goal is for clients who join Beyond Built to be equipped with these skills for life. The information overload that we talked about and people not knowing what's truly going to be effective in creating the results. Those things make it really hard to create the results. So you getting one-on-one coaching within Beyond Built with myself or Coach Zach or Coach Izzy or Coach Annie, one-on-one coaching experience relationship allows us to teach you what truly matters, while at the same time you get to go through it. You get to live it. You get to walk the walk. You get to lead by example. Experience of you doing it firsthand is going to equip you with the skills to do this for life, to take other people who are around you, potential clients, for life through this experience. I'll say this as well. If you're a coach who has not lived through these experiences and successfully been through these experiences on your own, how do you expect people to trust you enough to pay you money to invest in you to take them through it? It makes no sense. If you're someone who feels overloaded with all the information and you don't know what's going to be effective, if you want to lead by example and walk the walk, and you want to be equipped for life with the knowledge to create meaningful and elite transformations while also living in your dream physique, Beyond Built will not only coach you one-on-one through it, we will also educate you extensively so that you can not only do it for yourself, but you can do it for those around you, for the people who want to invest in you and create the same result for themselves.